What's up, everyone? I'm Nick Mardi, and you're watching AFTERBUZZ TV Spotlight On. We have a very special guest who's worked with a long list of names, all the way from Pharrell, Mos Def, Rick Ross. It goes on and on, so stay tuned while we talk about it.
You're tuning into the destination for TV superfan discussion, AFTERBUZZ TV. And now, let the buzz begin.
Oh, I love that sound.
Counter.
Bow, bow, bow. 25. That's a 25 mil sound. That's how much it costs to have that sound, right? This is a good one for the car. Cruising. Malibu cruising song. That's what it is, man. But thank you so much for being here.
Man, thank you for having me.
Of course, we got special guest Jallal in the building.
Yes, sir. You know what I mean?
So excited. We got a lot to talk about.
A lot.
Are you ready?
Yeah, man.
Shall we get to
Come
it?
on. Yeah, let's get it, man.
Actually, you know, first things first, I want to talk about the first time you uploaded a song online. What was that feeling like?
Wow. Dang. That feeling was, it was a mix of emotions. It was like this, you know, high of like, I'm about to put this music out to the world.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And also kind of, you know, confusion as a young kid, because you're like, you know, you want to find out like, okay, what are people going to think about my music? You know what I'm saying?
Confusion at any age, really. It's like starting something new. You have no idea where it's going to go. So then,
right? No, I mean, and then from there, I just started seeing the next day, like I saw the effects. You know, I went to like literally my locker and then started seeing all the kids like, oh, you just released a song on YouTube, or you just did this, and I'm like, wow, like everybody
walking through the hall.
Yeah, walking through the hall, like, yeah, I guess I make music now. You know what I'm saying? No, but it was good. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, it takes a lot, you know, to put some, you know, your baby out to the world. So
of course,
that's what it was. So people really were receptive to it, and it made me, you know, do it for life. You know,
that's awesome to hear. What was the platform that you put it out on?
I put it on YouTube. That was like my first single I've ever dropped. I put it on YouTube.
Yeah, so it wasn't MySpace story. It wasn't a SoundCloud story. It was a YouTube story.
Yeah, it was a YouTube story. Yeah. I mean, you would say that, and now then it started transitioning to like all the other platforms. But yeah, it was YouTube. I mean, it was just like a picture of me, and it was like the song.
What were some of the first comments that you got? Was it a mix? Was it like all game for it?
It was good. I mean, everybody was just kind of, I would say, shocked and just kind of like receptive. Like, I think good music is good music. So I mean, everybody always wrote like, you know, dope things. I mean, yeah. So I was like hype, you know.
How did it change at school, actually, you know, from then on out?
Well, all of this was like an unwilling forte. So it kind of like happened, you know, just like everything got directed towards like me, my ambitions, everything to like go into the music industry. So it was like, it was crazy because when I put that track out, shortly after, that's when I ran into like Lupe Fiasco, and I ran into like Loon. So like I ran into like prominent figures like in the hip hop industry during the time, and then they were like, yeah, I mean, everybody was like treating me like this little celebrity kid like about to leave high school, and like, what's gonna happen? No one knows what's gonna happen. So I mean, it started happening. I mean, there was a shift. It was a crazy shift. You know what I mean?
Was Lupe Fiasco during high school?
Yeah.
Okay, so what was that like? Do you come back to school the next day, you're like, this happened? Or do you keep it to yourself and you're just like, let me stay on my focus game and right now and just work with him without, you know, getting too much attention about this?
Well, what I did was I uploaded a picture of him and I on Facebook. And, you know, Facebook was popping at the time and still is. So it's like, then everybody was like, yo, what the heck? Like, this dude just released a single. Yeah. And then now he posted this picture with, like, Lupe. And then, like, literally, I want to say, like, 2 weeks later, they, like, started putting that picture and, like, having, like, me do, like, videos, like, you know, they had updates on TV. Yeah. And then they had, like, me on the update, like, yo, we're doing this whole hour update on Jallal. So, like, everybody was like, yo, we just saw your, like, whole hour interview. Because everybody had to, like, you know, watch it. So, like, the teacher was like, yeah, we're watching this, and it was me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this kid from our school is doing X,
Did you sink in your chair where you're like, this is a little too much taking, or you just sitting there like?
Bro, I ditched class. Like, I was just walking around, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry, like, you know what I mean? To everybody who's ditching class right now, that's where it is, you know? No, but I'm just, but I literally ditched class, and then people were, like, coming up to me and were like, dude, this guy was, like, spotlighted on our, like, update. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I was like, all right, it's cool, you know, I rap.
So take us, you know, from after high school, what happened? You know, were you still working with Lupe, or was there another person that you were working under, or kind of being mentored by or working with?
I started just doing my own thing. So like I just was writing my own records, going into the studio, you know what I mean, getting like studio time just to like record, you know, my songs. And yeah, I mean, Lupe played a prominent role in giving me a lot of knowledge, you know. So he really getting to be around him and like going to his shows and going to his like, you know, backstage, like, you know, all access, you know, into the life of like a superstar was really amazing, because like it put me into this whole perspective of like fast forwardness of like, yo, this could be my life and this is going to be my life. And yeah, that's what I started doing. I started just working on my pen game and just was like, yeah, I just got to keep writing records. Yeah.
So writing records, and then your first EP or your first mixtape was dropped in 2011.
Yeah.
Were you still in high school? That was the first.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my last year, you know what I'm saying? In high school, yeah, it was
And so that one, was he helping you with that, or was there some? Was it just all you?
That was on me. You know, Bishop G was on there too, and Bishop G was like the dude who like started with Lupe Fiasco.
Okay.
So like he had like a verse on there, and yeah, I mean it was just me, and we did like, you know, all the songs. Like yeah, it was just I was just writing. You know what I mean? Like it was.
It sounds like you're already living the dream. You know, you get to just write music and make music, and in high school, and then after high school, you're still pursuing the same exact thing. Yeah. Did you have your parents on your back, or any guardian figures, or anyone kind of like, you got to go to school?
Man, you know, my mother's always been a prominent figure in my life, of somebody who's always just said like, whatever, you know, you put your mind to, you could attain anything in this world. So when I came and I was like, yo, I want to do music, and it's like everything already started lining up, you know, where it was like, it was telling me, you know what I mean? Like, God was putting me in a position where I was like, all right, you know, everybody around me is like kind of, you know, it's harnessing me. And that was the first mixtape, 2011, called Unwilling Forte. So it was like unwilling, but, you know, I was already good, you know what I mean, at rapping. So I was like, yo, why not, you know? So
she was on board.
Yeah, they were on board, you know what I'm saying?
That's awesome, dude, because, you know, you get a lot of pushback sometimes, you know, especially, I would put us in the same kind of spectrum, Middle Eastern type of cultural growing up kind of thing, where when you want to get into entertainment or music of any kind, and there's a lot of, you know, wanting to just be a doctor or somebody of a lawyer kind of thing. And when you want to do something outside of that, you're kind of pushing the boundaries, and it's kind of hard to comprehend for some of our parents or just guardian figures, uncles and aunts.
Sure.
But, you know, to get appreciation and a push like you did is different, and it's amazing. Yeah.
You know, and a part of that is because, like I said, you know, was being born and raised in a country of opportunity, and having my mother here as well, being like, yo, this is, you know, do whatever you can do, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
There is, you know, my form of success isn't your form of success, so everybody has like their own definition of success. So it was like, it was just a great thing for somebody to, you know, be like, yo, you can do it, you know, I believe in you and believe in yourself. So, and that's what I try telling everybody else who wants to like do anything in life. It's like, you got to believe, if you want to be a doctor, if you want to be a lawyer, if you want to be a, you know, surgeon, like you got to have some sort of belief system. If that's what your calling is and that's what you want to do, then you got to go for it and just like, you know, run and like just no brakes on a roller coaster, keep going. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So just be, you know, believing in yourself is for somebody wanting to get into music right now, who hadn't really touched you yet. You know, we got Jallal also in high school, you know, right now.
Oh, yeah.
And he wants to jump into it right now.
Yeah.
So your advice would be just believing in yourself, like knowing if you got the God-given gift to do it.
Yeah.
Just 100% into it.
Yeah, of course. You got to. I mean, because if there is no belief, I mean, if you believe you're gonna fail, you're gonna fail. Even if you have like that slight thought that, you know, you might not make it. Yeah. You know, it's gonna hinder you, and it's gonna be a setback for you. So, you know, I would just say go for it. You know what I mean?
For that kid who's also in high school, you know, thinking about jumping to music, and he doesn't know, you know, he wants to dip his toe in right now.
Yeah.
So now we know the best advice. What's been, you know, some of the worst advice you've been given?
Wow.
You know, throughout your career so far, not just the beginning, you know, just throughout, that this guy's got to know. This guy or girl's got to know.
Wow. Don't listen to other people's doubts. You know, because I feel like a lot of the times you'll get people doubting, you know, you. Yeah. I mean, it happens in anything. And just don't listen to it. Like, formulate your own opinion and go strongly with what you believe in, you know, that's right for you. Because it's like somebody can't really tell you what's right for you because it won't fit you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I would tell myself that, you know what I mean? If I had to, like, you know, travel back in time for the Speed Force, tell myself, yo, what's up, dude? You know what I'm saying? Don't do
this is weird, but just hear me out.
Hear me out. This is what you got to do.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's some of the worst advice, like listening to other people's doubts and listening to other people's opinions, because it's like, yo, this is my music. This is therapeutic to me. This is what I write at the end of the day. So it's like, I can't listen to you tell me, hey, you should do X, Y, Z to your song. It's like, nah, I'm good.
Well, when you choose a producer, you know, to help out on a song or an album or whatever the case is, how does that selection go? Because you have to be on the same page, right? So what you're saying exactly right now is maybe his input is completely not computing in your head, and it's completely different pages. So how do you select a producer that, you know, you see eye to eye?
That's what I'm saying. DJ Mose and I have been on this route together for 5 years.
Tell us a little bit about him too, for those of us who don't know DJ Mose too well.
For people who don't know DJ Mose, he's the backbone, you know what I'm saying, as a DJ. So he's the producer, you know what I'm saying, on most of my records. And also I have another, you know, producer who's very, you know what I mean, like can't be named or whatever. His name is Killer J, and he's like really dope as well. And they go through it with me on a day-to-day basis. So they see the ups and downs, they see the process. So I need people, you know, to be around me to understand the music, because then we get on the same wavelength. We're on the same energy together. So it's like when we have that same line of energy walking into the studio, everything clicks. So that's how we get the music so popping, because it's like, it's easy, you know what I'm saying? And then people listen to it and they're like, whoa, this sounds like so cool, because it's like everything just, you know what I'm saying, is in pocket. You know what I mean?
So rather you took the approach of, you know, we started together essentially,
right,
and we're continuing together, instead of, you know, having other producers just come on board for a whole project. Am I right?
Yeah, and that you're 100% right. Exactly.
Because I feel like then they would, like you said, you like having this whole story together, being on the same wavelength. And I feel like if somebody just comes in, it's not just disruptive. It's kind of like, you don't know our whole story. Yeah. You only see a little chapter.
Exactly.
Kind of.
Yeah. No, 100%. And it's harder to be on that same wavelength. You know what I mean? When they're in the studio and they're trying to, you know, give you things and what have you. I mean, you know, at times it will fit, you know what I mean? Like there's records where it's kind of like, you know what, I'm actually on the same vibrational field right now today. And that actually matches me, you know what I'm saying? And then it's boom, the synergy is amazing, you know what I mean? And then it's like we have records like 2 a.m., you know what I mean? So it's like there are records, you know what I mean? Like Gone Girl, like back in the day. Yeah, there's
Gone Girl is my song. We were talking about it before we went on air. Gone Girl is my favorite song of Jallal's. I love that song, and it's featuring Red Gold Green.
Red Gold Green, yeah.
I love them too, and so it was just a hit. When we first met, like we knew each other from 2 years ago. We ran into each other at an event, and I remember I played that song right after, and I was like, "This is the one. I love this one."
Yo, that's crazy, man. You threw it back. You know what's crazier though? Yesterday, even before coming here, I actually listened to Gone Girl, and I haven't listened to it in like a year and a half, 2 years.
That's a wavelength. You see what I'm saying? I was kind of in the story at one point, and we've been, you know, touching base every here and there, so we're on the same wavelength too.
Then you trying to come back, man. Yo,
I'm gonna help produce a song. I don't know what to do. Soundboard, I'll, you know, twist a couple buttons, and I mean, twist a button because that happens.
Hit the knobs, you know what I'm saying? Wear the right chains, you know what I'm saying? When you come out there, you feel me? Like that's the vibe, you know?
Yeah, that's what I do when I go to the clubs. Everyone's like, "Who are you producing?" Jallal.
Yeah,
I got chains.
Jallal. Jallal, you know what I mean? Come on, bro. It's where it's at.
So when you're running around, you know, in the studio, what has been actually your favorite city? Has it been mainly Los Angeles that you've been recording at, or can I ask what has been your favorite city that you've recorded in?
I have to say LA, because you know what I'm saying, it's home, you know what I mean? Yeah, so it's like I do like Vancouver, you know what I'm saying? Vancouver is like mad dope. It has like,
I remember you were there. Remember we were trying to meet up there?
Oh yeah.
Side note, I remember we were trying to meet up there.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
but then I came the day after you left.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Life of a superstar, you feel me? We always on a plane.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Always, that's my favorite place to make music's on a plane, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because it's very sentimental, and you're like, every time like you're taking off, like I feel like it's so emotional. You're like, oh my God, I just left everybody in the city. And then you start thinking about like females, like I'm gonna write a love song, you know what I'm saying? I'm leaving her, you know what I'm saying? As you're looking at the city, and then like Moza plays a beat, and it's like, yeah, all right, there it is.
Let me tell you what I think about when I'm flying on a plane.
Yeah.
When am I gonna land? Girls, my girlfriend is the last thing on this one. I'm just like, let's go. Especially when you're flying international, 12-hour flights.
Yo, come on.
I'm not thinking about anything. Let's land already.
You're uncomfortable in the seat and stuff. Like, man, yo, what's going on? Yo, I can't take a piss in the restroom anymore. You know what I'm saying?
If I was a musical artist, I don't think it would work for me on the plane. That would be my spot. Maybe my spot would be it would be maybe on my living room couch. That would be it.
Yo, that's dope.
I'm chill over there.
Hey, that's the vibe though. You know what I'm saying?
That's the vibe.
I've seen something like on the gram where it's like producers be listening to like new beats. You know what I mean? It's like a dude on his living room couch, just like chilling. You know what I mean? Holding his
That's
socks.
me, and I'm with the chains because I'm with Jallal in the studio.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah,
that's who we are,
bro. That's time, bro. Look, but the cool thing about being in a plane is like, literally, it's like a time traveling machine. Like, you landing, you touch down, and you're like in a different place. You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
so
it's the most trippiest thing. You know what I'm
true.
saying? And then if you go to like Japan, you know what I'm saying? Then you come back, it feels like you literally went back in time. You know what I'm saying?
You're speaking, you're preaching right now. How often do we think about it? I think everyone thinks about that, but never talks about it.
Oh,
when
yeah.
you fly backwards and you're like, you leave the 16th from like Japan, you fly all the way back, you like land on the 16th, you're like, yo, I've been flying for 48 hours. How is this possible? You're like making
It's
magic.
crazy,
You're David
right?
Copperfielding everyone.
Yo, David Yo, peace out, David Blaine. You know what I'm saying? No, for reals though. And like the technology, you come back and like, this is a cup. Like in Japan, it's like,
oh, I can't
you know
even
what I mean?
imagine.
Pouring things, it's like,
I can't even imagine.
No doubt. Yeah. But that's where I find most peace. You know what I'm saying? It's like when we're on a plane, like you really have that alone personal time, like as an artist, because it's like you don't got the interviews, you don't got the people asking, you know, a million questions, and it's just like, yeah, I can make a record right now, you know what I mean? And then you come back, land in LA, Uber to the studio, you know what I'm saying? Just record.
So it's Uber, not Lyft.
No. You know what I'm saying? We got the TCP all black cars, you know what I'm saying? You see me on the gram, you feel me? That's how it is, you know what I'm saying?
That's
like,
real life. It's not just the gram.
Nah, that's real life, bro. You
That's
know what
real
I'm saying?
life.
Pull up in the whip, man. We ain't trying to have niggas like come out here like following us. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't like that. Come on, bro. Like, you know what I mean? All black everything. But yeah, that's literally where I found.
That's awesome. So LA is your favorite place to record. What would be your favorite stop for a tour? Like favorite country or city? Just even narrow it down to city.
City. Yo, Vancouver, Canada. It's popping over there. Like it's so. The times I go is when it's not super cold. So like you know what I mean. So like But the scenery and the people, and it's just like it's almost like this pseudo America. Like everybody's about the culture too. So it's like, and the people are just great. Like everybody's like friendly. You know how Canadians are. Like it's just a vibe over there. And I just love it. I love it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and the architecture over there is like amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like architecturally, like it's just beautiful to like look at. Like West Van, like you know what I'm saying? Like you just be like the houses and like it's like wow, this is really cool that you guys.
Did you see the forest while you were there?
Oh, of course.
I mean the hiking forest. I was like, oh, I need to raise a family here. Like, this is amazing over here.
Yo, no, and especially when you're like in a forest and then there's like a random beach in the middle of the forest. Like, it's crazy. Yeah.
So we know Vancouver.
Yo, come on.
Vancouver
You know
blew
how
our
it
minds,
is.
right?
Super, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I remember everybody was like happy I was giving them American dollars. Like all these waitresses were like, "Oh, thank you," you know what I mean? And they were like, you just tipped her like $10 extra, and I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
I'm like,
all black everything, dollar bills. It doesn't matter. I'm in the studio.
Yo, that's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Trying to get to you. You feel me? Like,
Vancouver, that's cool. That's a cool location.
Yeah.
It is popping over there. So nothing exotic for us.
Yeah, I mean,
just Vancouver is still homey for you. Is that why? You know, it's homey. People are friendly.
Yeah.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's definitely a vibe thing.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you get into like literally touchdown to the airport and you see all the Native American like carvings and like, you know what I'm saying, statues and like figurines.
What are they called?
Crazy.
Totem poles?
Totem poles.
Totem poles.
Oh yeah, I was tripping too when I was like doing a hike. Like I just seen like mad totem poles like in the middle of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, this is crazy. This looked like it came out of a history book.
Walked out a little bit like, whoa, am I here like getting into like a territory that I shouldn't be walking into?
Yeah,
right now?
man. Hey, and we were going around. I was like, the dude was taking me around, PDM, shout out my dude, PDM. He was like taking us around. He was like, I was like, yo, is that a totem pole, man? And he's like, yeah, bro. Like, it was nothing. Like, it was like a crow or something. You know what I'm saying?
With his walking stick, like, yeah, that's a totem pole.
Yeah, it's a totem pole, bro.
Jallal, yes. Would you like to learn about it? Super chill.
Yo, crazy. No, crazy chill vibes. But yeah, I'm a very simple dude. You feel me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I like places where it's just quiet and peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
we got Plains,
music.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Both quiet, both relaxing.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
Let's
Set
jump
the mood.
to Unwilling Love, second mixtape.
Oh, Unwilling Forte was my first name.
Unwilling Forte.
Unwilling Forte. Semi-Casual Love was my first. Unwilling Forte. And then Off the Radar, yeah.
Off the Radar was last one.
Last one, yeah.
So that's the most recent one.
Yeah.
Second one, tell me again.
Unwilling Forte, yeah.
Unwilling Forte. For some reason I had Love.
Yeah.
My fault.
That's the first one. Semi-Casual Love was like in high school, yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Now with Off the Radar is the last one. We'll just jump to that one now.
Yeah.
I won't even go to one or two. Off the Radar. You know, first off, describe it as a dish. When we first listened to it, what dish would this album be?
What dish would it be?
It's got to be fire because it's a mixtape. It's got to be something hot, like a spicy curry.
No, you know, I would say Off the Radar is like literally like, it won't even be, it'd be some really raunchy shit. It would be like a caveman, like holding like, you know what I'm saying, like a bone, like, you know what I'm saying, but like this half, like, you know what I'm saying, like meat, like just, you know, oozing out the side. You know what I'm saying? He just killed his prey. And the setting would be like in a cave, and he's about to eat that. You know what I'm saying? Because the caveman is off the radar. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's like what it would be, because it was something so off. Yeah. And the whole mixtape was just me being off. You know what I'm saying? Off the radar.
You just blew my mind. Like, you gave me an answer that I didn't even think could be an answer. You just painted me the whole picture. The meat's on the bone.
Yeah. and he's just chilling there, and it's like in his cave, and he's just off the freaking radar. Nobody even knows. He didn't even know the planet exists. You know what I'm saying? So he's just like there. Like,
can you believe I asked what dish Off the Radar that mixtape was, and he just gave me that as an answer? You blew my mind,
bro.
You are deep. You are deep. I gotta get in the studio with this guy. Just, I need to sit there and just watch. I feel like I'm gonna learn so many things.
Oh, bro, I'm telling you, it's crazy in the studio. You know what I mean?
What's been your favorite song from the album that you worked on?
I want to say it's between two, because it's really hard to like pinpoint. I would say Mission and Tension. Yeah, Mission and Tension were like my favorite songs to like work on, because I'm like really just rapping on the records. Yeah. So yeah, I really like those songs. Like, yeah, those are like my favorite. Yeah.
And then people can listen to that right now. Mission and Tension.
Yeah, Mission.
We'll put the link in that below.
Please, man. Google Jallal. Everything will pop up.
Everything. You're not even gonna get Mission and Tension. You're gonna get every song.
Every song. Choose what you like.
You want to, you get them all. We got to go on listening spree tonight.
For reals, man. Definitely, man. Yo.
So what has, you performed live, what has been your favorite show? What's a great, like, a fond memory you have performing live?
I would say San Diego. San Diego. Yeah, San Diego was one of my favorite times performing live. It was like, literally like I was on stage, right? And then everything that was like in my head was like it was just gone. And like that moment on the stage, like everything was just rumbling. And then I started thinking about like the We Will Rock You song. Like everything. It was it was like boom, boom, tsh,
Was this
boom,
before
boom,
you came out or when you were out?
No, when I was out, because it was like the amount of crowd participation, like everybody yelling, like, and people yelling my name was like one of the craziest pinnacles of my life. I'm like, yo, this is huge. Like everybody just in mass hysteria. Yeah. And then it's like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Moses dropped the beat. Boom. And it's like niggas were like going crazy, man. Like, yeah, San Diego got mad love. Yeah.
Do you have any I have to see a video of this afterwards. This is like a side note. I want to see.
I post them on my Instagram, so like you could just go on the gram and you could like check them out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, and I'll show you something. Like it's just crazy. I mean, there's a lot of places. Chicago, of course, is mad love as well too. Yeah.
I remember you had a show in LA that I was trying to make it to, but I didn't land back in time.
Man, you know you.
I
you
landed
know
the day after. I'm really a jet setter. I'm not a jet setter, guys. It just so happened to be in our friendship.
Yo, come on. You know what I'm saying? Just all planes, everything. But yeah, I mean, LA's mad dope. I mean, LA's home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But when you get to see other people outside of your city, you know what I'm saying? Like mess with you that much, like it's kind of crazy. Yeah.
And like we were talking actually about before we went on air, how you were getting ketchup at the grocery store and you were recognized, and that was like, whoa, this is starting to happen like more and more. This is a pretty cool feeling right now.
Yeah, definitely is. It's crazy when they know you know what I mean? Because it's like, I've worked with a lot of prominent people, but they were all incremental in my life, and now I'm that artist, like I'm Jallal. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like,
how do you feel about that? Because some artists, want to be like Sia, for example, likes to be behind closed doors completely. Yeah. Are you accepting of, kind of like stepping to this limelight, or do you kind of just want to be in the shadows still?
I've always done it for the people. So like, I'm always about the people. Like I always like getting love from the people on the street, getting love from just people in general has like always been like, my thing. Like I just love people, you know what I mean? I mean, we're the human race, you know what I'm saying? If somebody's like trying to step on us, it's like,
so you're always willing to show love?
Yeah, always, man. Yeah. Always. Yeah. I mean, it's great. Yeah.
I'm waiting to see you come out of a Starbucks or something like that, and there's like 50,000 people outside screaming. You're like, okay, I know what I said before everyone gets love.
Yeah.
But right now, 2 pictures and I gotta go. I'm sorry, 2 pictures and I got to dip.
Yo, crazy thing. I was here in Hollywood, literally, like the Starbucks here. You know what I'm saying? North Hollywood. Like I was with Lupe. This was like years ago, and we're going to this Starbucks.
Yeah.
So I like opened the door for him, and I was like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Go through. And as I'm opening the door, this girl with like a red dress walks out of the Starbucks, and she has like her Starbucks cup, and she's kind of like, you know, just that vibe. Right? Yeah. And then like I like look up, and that's the first time I've ever had a fan moment. I was like, oh my God, that's Taylor Swift. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, that's Taylor Swift. And like Lupe was like, yeah. And he was like, yo, holla, like say what up. And I was like, that's Taylor Swift. And she was like about to say thank you, and she was like, she saw me like fanning out for the first, like I was young, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
like, and then she just like literally walks out. Skirt, like, you know what I'm saying, like a drop top, you know what I'm saying, Mercedes convertible. She just jumps in, and then she just like, you know, moseys her way out, and I'm just like, that's crazy, you know what I mean? But that's just to add to your Starbucks story, you know what I mean? Like, I think it was crazy. Yeah, it's
true. Well, I like how, you know, you're really wanting to have that fan engagement with everyone, and you're not going to say no. It's kind of like, you know, when you recognize, you recognize.
Yeah,
just show some love, because like you said, when you go to outside cities and you're still recognized and you still have fan love, you want to keep that going, and you want to show them that you appreciate, I mean, knowing the words to all your songs at these live shows, which must be a sick feeling too.
Oh yeah, because I'm like, yo, I'm just not gonna do it. You guys do it.
You know well, you hear about some artists. I don't think, has this happened to you where you sometimes forget the words? Because some artists talk about that, where they like kind of point the mic out. They're like, I forgot. Bring it back. Okay, I remember.
I mean, not really, not yet. You know what I'm saying? Yet. My catalog is cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm chilling on a couple songs. You know what I mean? Like I'm not 900 songs deep, so I'm cool. You know what I mean?
That's so funny. Yeah, when you hear about that, you're like, is that possible? But it is.
Yeah.
We all go through little things like that.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Like, how did that start again? You know what I'm saying? Like I've seen artists like, and they're like, oh wow, I made that.
What does that mean? Now for, you know, you're in music, obviously.
Yeah.
And that's 100% of the time. What would be another job you would want to have if you couldn't do music?
If I couldn't do music.
You couldn't do music, what would be another job that you would have?
Another job? Wow.
Not in the music industry.
Yeah. That's tough, man, because I only see myself doing music, and now I'm doing music. I would, wow. I would say, I'd be like an engineer, you know what I'm saying? An engineer? Yeah, like an engineer of some sort, like, you know, maybe like an architect, you know what I'm saying? Like an architect / engineer, like, you know, just like creating, you know what I'm saying, sketches, like buildings and things of that nature, you know what I mean? Just constructs, you know what I mean?
So it's still very artistic.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you wouldn't take anything out of the artistic ability. You'd still want to have it somewhere.
Yeah, definitely.
Somewhere in the mix.
It's in my DNA. Come on now.
Architecture. Do you appreciate architecture right now? Like, are there any buildings? We want to talk about architects. Are there any buildings that, you know, stand out? Like, I know Burj Khalifa is like something that I'm like, that's insane.
No, it is. That's big. But yeah, I mean, there's places in Europe, Sweden. You know what I mean? That like I keep my, you know, eyes around, and like I met a couple of people who've done like crazy things, you know what I'm saying, in the architecture world. So I mean, that whole music art thing kind of like bleeds into each other. So like, I was in San Francisco moment, you know what I'm saying, and we were there, and I was actually with Most, and we were like meeting a lot of people who've done like architecture and like, you know, artistry and all that. So yeah, definitely. I'll probably do something in that realm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It'll definitely change. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably give you another answer next interview. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably want to be a zoologist. You know what I'm saying?
It's possible. That's still creative.
Yeah. Now I want to. You know creative. What I'm saying?
Mechanic.
Mechanic.
You know what? Not just mechanic. You're a jet ski mechanic.
Yo, I'm a jet ski mechanic. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine
that's a niche market.
So what do you do? Yeah, you know, I'm a jet ski mechanic. You feel me? Just like, she's so perplexed, like, what the hell is that?
You would draw some attention on that.
Oh yeah, no doubt. You know what I mean?
You would draw some attention on that.
I'm a jet ski mechanic.
And now some of us may not know, but you're vegan.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yo, it's breaking news.
We got a vegan vibe.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, definitely.
So when did you become vegan?
Wow. Like around like a year and a half ago. You remember when a year and a half ago it's been? Yeah. So it's been a while. Year and a half. Yeah.
Enjoy it?
I love it.
For the people who aren't vegan, or, you know, for the people who are, just, you know, Tell us a little bit about why you got into it. I just want to talk about, because I'm vegan.
Yeah,
That's why,
Come on, man.
Why'd you become vegan, and what would you kind of like impact would you want to leave by being vegan?
I mean, the main thing I did it was for health purposes. So like I had to like make sure my health was in check, because I was in a point in my life where I was like, yo, you go to the doctor, you hear some things and you're like, okay, you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I gotta switch up my lifestyle. So I would say some of the points is the energy level, of course, of being, off it, and just the amount of energy, you know what I'm saying, you're getting from just like, eating plants. Like I never thought about that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, and the energy is just like skyrocket crazy, and I just feel good, you know what I'm saying? So I do it for me, like it makes me feel good. So I'm like, yeah, like let's ride with it, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and the impact I want to leave is just, I mean, vegan might not be for some people, you know what I'm saying? But if you want to feel good, you know what I'm saying? If you want to feel good, try it out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And if it works for you, it works for you. If it doesn't, it doesn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, it really works for me, and God willing, we'll see how it goes, for the rest of my life. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I feel like we got to know a lot about you personally. And just to bring it back to new music that you've been putting out, we got Off the Radar that came out last July.
Yeah.
Obviously last July 2017.
Yeah.
And now anything recent that we can look out for, or anything coming out soon enough?
Yeah, we got a new mixtape. We just dropped a single last week, 25 Cent on 25 mil.
That's what we played in the beginning of the show?
That's what we played in the beginning. Yeah. So that song is produced by DJ Moser, Killer J. Yeah, and we have another song that's out as well called Without Drake, Mos Def, and Lupe Fiasco. Yeah, so that song is pretty crazy too. You know what I'm saying? So like you can check it up online, Google it. It's like it's pretty popping. Those are my 2 singles coming off my new project. So new project very, very soon. I don't got a date, because if I give you guys a date, y'all be on my DMs going crazy. Like, yo, I need to find out when that is dropping, because it's hot. I mean, the fan reaction, I love you guys, for real. It's in the bottom of my heart. Like all my fans, everybody who listens to me, and it's like on a global scale that happened to me way back when. But it's just amazing. And I really thank you guys, for real.
Where can we find you online?
Google Jallal, Jallal.
In
Instagram,
social media.
yeah, JALLALVII. Should be the first thing that pops up. Twitter.com/Jallal, and then Jallal.com. You know what I mean? Facebook.com. Just type in Jallal, I'll come up. You know what I mean?
Do you have any shows coming up?
Soon. You know what I mean?
Soon?
Very soon.
So
Yeah,
we don't
yeah.
want any dates still. You don't want to talk about any dates, because then everyone's going to get on your case in case it changes.
Yo, you know how the kids are. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. Like, they be, bro, the houndiness is like, bro, like, sometimes I can't even sleep. You know what I mean? I don't sleep. So now, that's what I give you today. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't sleep, but I still look mad fresh. You know what I'm saying? What y'all talking about? Me and Nick doing it the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
The vegan no sleep team. That's what it is.
Vegan no sleep. You know what I'm saying? My dude doing post-production, making sure he's right. You know what I'm saying? You about to see him on late night very soon.
Oh, this guy's too kind now.
Another exclusive.
This guy's too kind.
You know what I'm saying? Cheer AfterBuzz.
Yes, please,
to all my
thank
live, you know what I'm saying? Everybody tuning in live right now. You know what I'm saying? This is my man. This is a very exclusive interview.
That.
You feel me?
Appreciate that.
We can.
Cheers.
Yeah. Boop, bismillah. You know what I'm saying?
Appreciate
Very vibey.
No, we're all trying to make it, and I'm trying to follow, your footsteps right now, man.
Yeah.
You're doing amazing things, and
Appreciate
I'm gonna
it.
look out for the show, and I will attend this one right now. And if if you're in Vancouver, I'm gonna try and make it my way out to Vancouver. All right.
We about to see Nick like getting bashed in the mosh pits, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they just boom. You know what I'm saying?
Is
Like
this
when
a
they
Slipknot concert? Suicide Silence? What kind of concert are we at right now?
Yo, it gets crazy. It depends on what city you in. You know what I'm saying? What tracks I'm playing. You know what I
True.
mean? Sometimes we give the LA the cruising Malibu vibes.
Okay.
25 Cent on 25 mil. And you know the deal. You know what I'm saying? I know, look, I make a lot of things happen, but I didn't know matchmaking was one of them.
Ooh.
Listen to a Jallal song, and there it is. You know what I'm saying?
Dust off the shoulder a bit.
Listen to the songs.
But thank you so much for being here today.
Yo, appreciate you, man. For
Thank
real.
you.
It's my
Thank
man.
you. Appreciate
Yo,
everything.
Thank you. Yeah.
Thank you.
Definitely.
I'm Nick Mardi. This was AfterBuzz TV Spotlight On. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and don't forget to check out Jallal's new music. You can search Jallal on Google, and all the music's on there. Instagram, Jallal, VII.
On Instagram,
On Instagram. We got this guy on everything.
There it is. JALLAL. You heard.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We'll catch you next time.
Peace. They're playing Gone Girl.
You so gone, girl. You into them new things. You so gone, girl.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.